It was a calm tropical island before this damn folio turned up. Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome to what is going to become a brand new series of me building an isolated city in the middle of the ocean. We don't really have any outside connections to allow people to get in. We kind of have to create our own in the versions of harbors, airports, all that kind of jazz. We have ships passing by in the distance and hopefully we can shout them from the beaches to kind of deliver us some goods. We'll see what happens. But I'm going to take this beautiful, tropical, deserted island and create a brand new nation. A brand new country. A brand new kingdom. Names for it, I do not know just yet. It kind of looks like a face in the middle, which is kind of hilarious. So this is where I'm asking you guys for some sweet suggestions. For now, we're just going to call it our isolated city. What the name will be, I do not know. You guys can let me know in the comment section down below. But here we are, boys. Another new series. I know I recently just released a brand new series on City Skylines, but we're doing another one back to back. Brand new series, more City Skylines, more foolishness, more people getting triggered. But it's going to be very, very interesting. Now, a few things that we're going to pretty much do in this series. One, it's an isolated city, so we have to kind of build up with it, go with it. We're going to have one founding father arrive, and that is what we always name the first park after them. This is going to be the person who comes here, and it's going to be like Castaway. You know the film with Tom Hanks, gets deserted, has Wilson, tries to survive. This is pretty much what we got to do. So, what we need to do then is we need to first allow or give us the possibility for people to get here. The cheapest way to do it would first be or to use an actual harbour that will bring people to the area and then slowly build from there. Now, it's going to get very expensive very quick because we are heavily relying on no road or rail outside connection, so it's going to be kind of difficult. But we'll see what we can get up to. It might be a lot of turning on and off certain stuff to try and save some money. So we first need to pick then a landing location. Now we've got many areas, many spaces. We have beautiful stuff to kind of look with. We should actually take a look first at some of the stuff within it. So in terms of natural resources, it's completely filled with ore. So that's going to be interesting. We can build some ore industries to try and make some money. We have a little bit of forest, but it is what it is. A little bit of oil over here. Some oil on the islands right now, but there's not really any fertile land. So it might be very difficult trying to build some type of a farming industry. When it comes to fish, because fish is always a good one when you're surrounded by an island, we have some salmon in the middle. And then everywhere else is just surrounded by anchovies. So our residents are going to have a sole diet on just anchovies. I feel so bad for them. I feel so bad for them right now. But we do need to pick a sweet little location. So let's take a look then. Let's take a sweet little look. Now I'm thinking eventually I might build some canal systems or some entry points to get to the middle. So maybe I don't want to kind of pick like the two shortest areas to begin with from the get-go. But I might pick or might start. I feel like we should start over here by the skinnier section and then just kind of build to the left going this way. So I might build a small little harbour down here and then the shenanigans can truly begin. So we're going to need a few things. I'm actually going to put the game into pause mode for a minute. We've got 700,000 and we're going to see how long this is going to last us. So when it comes to the shipping side of things, we need to implement our harbour. This is an outside connection that will bring people to the island. Most importantly, residents. So wherever I place this right now is going to pretty much set up how the rest of this is going to go down. So boom, that cost me 80,000 big ones. Oh my goodness me. That's very expensive. Very expensive. Oh my goodness me. So we're then going to set up some roads and we're going to kind of lead out of here to kind of slowly set up some type of an area. Now I can see myself eventually building like a looped highway going around to see an easy way to access different parts of the island a little bit quicker. So I need to kind of be mindful about that and how I'm going to implement something like that in. So what would be easy first? Because we are going to default to some type of a grid format first, but the island's constantly turning and bending. So we kind of have to do it in slight stages, don't we? Which is, it's going to be annoying, but it's part of the job, boys. It's part of the job. So we're going to lead ourselves down to here. This is where we're going to get to. I know, because I changed all my mods recently, I don't quite remember if I have the, whatchamacallit. Hang on, hold on. Why can't I do the connection first? There we go. The ability to unhook. Is it unlock segment? Yes. So I could change this road up if I wanted to. But what I'm kind of truly thinking of first is maybe I build a... come off that now. A road coming from the center, and that pulls us up into our area. So this would be like the main drag, the big boulevard from the where our first civilians... what's the word I'm looking for? Will kind of make their way in. So we'll go with the one with trees, and we'll build from this. So by a 20. Oh, hang on, this whole thing's dipping down because that's kind of dipped down, hasn't it? Well, let's try that again. But I want to make sure that I'm not -1. So there we go. I'll raise that up in just a moment. But if I bring this up a little bit, so I bring it to about there. This is a main road that kind of gets to this area, and then we can kind of build from this then. Where it goes, I do not know. So let's slightly raise this up so we haven't got this considerable drop going on right now. And do we have to... So I can't raise it too much, but do we have to then raise this little middle section here? By the looks of it, we're going to. Yes, we do. So there we go. The first peeps can land on this brand new island and claim it as their own. But we're going to need to set up some living areas. So we're kind of going to need a few little roads here and there. So we got some rural style roads, which I'll probably kind of stick with to begin with. And I'll go for this style of road because I really do like this. And I think I might upgrade these roads to it. This is going to be fairly interesting. Now, the size of these roads already, by default, it's kind of hard to figure out. And let me make sure that we are also on the ground, because that would be a little bit funky. So it's a 6. There are 6. So if I bring them out by another 4 there, then I know they're set up for a 10. But going down there doesn't quite work out, because when you're kind of utilizing this, you kind of have to do it by a little bit more. But I don't think I'm going to run a strip against this. I think we're just going to pull away from this will be the ideal kind of route for me. So if I go by another 10 there and go by another 10 there, we've all of a sudden got this little Ocean Drive area. Interesting. Very interesting. Now, if I go up by another 10 and pull ourselves in, all of a sudden now, we've got the beginning of our harboured area. So here we can place a couple of shops down. So as soon as people get here, they can do some shopping. It'll be like a little tourist area, whatnot. And then the residents will come up from it. So if I pull this up by, let's say, another... Because I want to get off the beach, basically. So if I go to by 20 and cut in. And if I kill off this road here, we then have our little kind of 20 mark that we can utilize. So 20, go across by 10 and then down. And now all of a sudden, we've got the neighborhoods area up and running. I'm liking the little dirt, sandy kind of vibe on the edge. It's really like we've kind of like dug into the area. So if I do another 20 and then cut back in again. So here I think I might, do I go across there, or is it a case of, because I don't want too many connections, but at the same time we're kind of going to need multiple connections, right? Yeah. So let's kind of finish this up then, because this looks too organized and too uniform. So if I stick out a little bit here, we're going to try and make it seem like, you know, it's a little bit of an urban sprawl to begin with, before I decide how things are going to work. There we go. And then bring this down to here. I'll stick this out by a little bit as well. So it looks like it's about to connect, but it's not going to connect just yet. There we go. And why not add the... Do I add the odd little bending? Why not? The odd little bend is now going to get added in. And then we can slowly start to see some stuff coming together. It's going to be very interesting, boys. I think I should have stuck this out by one more. Yeah, that'll be my game plan. That'll be my game plan just to there. And then we're in business, boys. So we now have a very, very basic road layout to the beginning of the brand new area on this brand new isolated city or town or country, kingdom, whatever you want to call it. So we can ultimately slowly begin. Now we're going to need a little bit of a park area in, which I'll probably build it. It's a tough one where I'm going to build it. Probably around here or up here somewhere. Probably more around here as this kind of area slightly connects. But we're going to need all the usual stuff as well. So we need to sort out all the power. We need to sort out all of the water, the sewage. Everything needs to kind of be sorted out before I can bring anybody over. And all that stuff is very, very expensive. So let's first then set some pipe work up and we'll follow the road going up to begin with. There we go. We'll cut across to here. We'll cut across to there. Standard stuff. And then about, is it about there-ish? We can come out by another set. So it can be very boring doing pipe work, but, you know, it's got to be done, unfortunately. It's got to be done. Go across again, and that is all the pipe work done. So we need to provide water then. So how are we going to get water, or have water, in this isolated city? So I think the obvious thing would be to build some type of a water tower. We can harness the rainwater that falls into a large tower that then feeds our little nation. And we'll go, what's the price difference? Okay, there is a big price difference, especially with the upkeep. I'm more concerned about the upkeep to begin with, because we're so freaking isolated, we are not going to make the money we assume we're going to make it. I feel like I'm going to need some type of little industrial area too. So what I'll do is I'm going to lead this road coming over to maybe here or somewhat, where we can build some type of like an industrial section just here on the inner side that we can really utilize, kind of providing jobs and whatnot. So if I just kind of go across here, so this stuff will eventually match. It's not going to be perfect. So if I do a, let's say a 20. So from that 20, we'll stick a little bit of a 4-lane road that comes up by another 20. And I'll try and get this to kind of bend and connect in. Just so I can kind of create something or get something now set up. So back to the rural. So down to there, we'll bring this by 20 and down here as well. And then I'm going to create a little bit of a run. Like there, because you kind of want some stuff that's kind of slightly off in areas, because I don't want it too organized, you know what I mean? But I think I'll go for like a grid style anyway for the industrial area, more gritty than what we'll do for the residential, just because that's how it's naturally going to feel. Now we want to get this connected up to there. A nice little bend would go just well, and then I think ultimately we're then good to go with potentially now setting everything or getting everything ready to go for getting residents in. So the case is I can go for the full bend so it happens like this, or I can have a little bit more of a straight run on a certain area. So having a straight run there means I could create or connect eventually something else up to it, which would lead on to maybe adding a roundabout in. It just eases our transition between connections. And then maybe on this side I need to do like a cargo harbour, but there's no access to this inner section. So that's where we're going to have to kind of eventually build some type of like irrigation or a canal system. Damn, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see how we do this. So the waterworks are going to have to continue, unfortunately. Oh, there we go. So we're going to have to get this all connected up as well. So I'm going to lead this up to, at the minute, just to there. We'll go across that way, across to here. Go across there to there. And that covers us to a certain degree with the water. So, water tower then. I was going to think about putting it over here. I still might. It's just a case of you don't want to be polluted or in a polluted area. So I might just kind of stick this just... Actually, where am I going to build the park? So I feel like I'm going to build the park around here-ish. So I think I'll put the water tower on this side. So if I put it right there, and we'll connect this water pipe up to it. It's going to need power as well, but that's where we can get all this over here up and running. So do I harness the power of wind? Wind? Do I build a power plant? Water wind? I might go wind to begin with. It seems quite breezy around here. They're not going to like the sound pollutions coming from it. But if I drop a couple of little wind turbines just here, and hopefully the zoning could get us up to it. I mean, it's going to be very difficult. Wind turbine there, and there's a good little location just there for it as well. It's very expensive. It's very, very expensive. A little wind turbine here, because we don't really have the natural resources yet to be able to kind of place down these big, huge factories. So you got to think about it logically. So that handles the water. I've got to do sewage next. Now, sewage is going to be an issue. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to, for the sake of being able to afford it, I could get these little basins, but it's 800 a week to run. You know what I mean? So I think the only logical thing right now that's affordable is to dump it in our little lagoon, which is not going to be great. I know. But it is what it is, boys, unfortunately. It is what it is. Power-wise, that is connected. So we've got power, we've got water, we've got sewage. All I need is a little bit of garbage, but I'll get that momentarily anyway. So if I go to do some zoning then, and we slowly start to fill up with the residential. Just there. I'm going to drop a little bit of commercial just here. And for the sake of having it in, we'll drop some industrial over here. So we are now literally waiting for, and I'm going to have to run a power line down here right now, for our first resident to arrive on the island. This is the beginning. You are witnessing right now the beginning of this isolated city becoming what it needs to be. Or you're just going to watch me ruin it. One or the other. So I'm going to have to run this down to here for now. Eventually we'll get rid of the power lines anyway. So it's now a case of we just play the waiting game until something arrives. Now we're going to be hemorrhaging money. Like, money is going to be disappearing so damn quick. It's unbelievable how quick it's going to be disappearing. But residents are now arriving, so we're just now literally waiting for that first cruise ship to arrive at our beautiful little harbour. And then we're going to see who is the first man or woman or dog to get off the boat and step foot in this brand new city. We're already polluting. Oh my good god. Oh good god. So once we got our first peeps here, which we're going to have to bring power to this real quick, we're then going to need to think about how we can earn the revenue to start paying the bills back. It might be a case of, once everyone's fully moved in, I turn this off, because this is 1,600 a week to run. So I can turn the harbour off intermittently to save a few pennies when I need to make some money. Right, the industrial area is starting to grow right now. We are still waiting for that first ship, which I assume it's going to come from this direction. Where does that go? It goes right round, so it can come from anywhere. But I'm really just kind of like now trying to gauge when we're going to see a ship. It can come from any direction. I'm just waiting for that first one to make that turn. You know what I mean? They're definitely... Oh, there we go. That will be it there, boys. That will be it there, unless there's one coming from this way, which I don't think there is. But I think we're now about to see it. It's coming from that direction. There's actually 3 on the way. Is there any coming from this direction? Ooh, which one's going to get here? Yep, there's one coming from that direction. Who's going to get here first? Who is going to get here first, boys? We're about to find out. Or could it be you? Could it be you? Here we go. Here we go. So it's the blue cruise ship on the way first. The blue cruise ship on the way first. Who is the first person to get off the boat? That's all your boy needs to know. I'm glancing at the building right now. I'm glancing at the building. This will be our founding father or mother. We need garbage, by the way. How is there a vehicle here already? God damn it, game. No one's even arrived yet. No. How are these people already here? Where did these people come from? A ship hasn't even arrived. Right, guys, they don't count. They didn't step foot. They didn't step foot on the island in the Mayflower, so they don't count. Okay, they don't count. Right, there we go. The man in the green shirt, Max Dixon. It is you, sir. You are the first person. You are our founding father. Your boy Max. Let's go. Right, Max Dixon. Remember his name, guys. He's our founding father. You will see his face on all of the coins and notes in this brand new kingdom. So, we're gonna make some money. We've got to make some money. So first things first, then, we do have the residential growth to continue the expansions and keep pushing this a little bit further. So that will be interesting to see how it kind of goes. So we need to kind of then build a little bit of a city park, because that is one of the easiest ways to make money from the get-go. That is one of the easiest ways, because it's very, very minimal effort, but you can make quite a bit of cash. But you got to make people, or give them the ability to kind of walk through it. So we kind of do have to do some expansions. I might kind of kill off this road here and then build it a little bit further going up and round. We'll see. We'll see right now. So while new people move in, obviously that will reduce my outgoings. I'm going to need to build some garbage very soon, but we'll kind of hold out on that until we're able to, well, until they start demanding more and more of it. So this road here then, so go back to them rural roads, because I do like these kind of styles. I'm going to lead this up, so that's already done by a 3. So by a 3, so a 7 there, that is the marker point. Now these roads here might eventually connect up to where I want it to. So I've got to be kind of wary about where this could potentially end. So that already is a... That's a 5. So if I do another... Okay, maybe that was a 3 then. So if I go up here by a 30... I don't want the park to be too big. But this should be a good little start right now. A nice little central park. And then we can have this road here, which will then maybe slightly bend into this. Eventually, anyway. I'm not saying it's going to do it right now, because I'm going to see another road tearing through the middle, and that's probably where they'll all connect first anyway. So, when I get you connected, I'll bring this road directly in. And do I have like a little road that tears through? I don't think I will, because I want people to walk in there. That is what I want. Alright, roads are now being connected, and because of the little shortcomings that I created and the bits and bobs that I did, you kind of now lose the grid that you were making. You know, have your little gaps and dents and pockets and here and there, all because of how we managed to run it. So, running this up, we'll keep it going there. I've got to now kind of build some residential around it. So that there is an 8. So in reality, I want to try and get it up to a 2. And then run it that way. Because the more I build around it, the more they're going to walk through it to get from point A to point B. But we're going to do a little sticky out bit. I'm going to do a little bit of a 5 there. And I'm going to kind of bend it by a 10 by 10. And now we're kind of starting to lose our natural gridded position. You know what I mean? It's slowly disappearing, boys. It's slowly disappearing. So this is a good start already. We're only 1,200 in the hole every month. We are going to need some garbage right now. So this is where now you kind of start battling. We need to deal with the garbage, which we'll deal with it with a... Landfill site's cheaper. But I will have to eventually empty it. This one recycling centre should be able to handle the garbage that we're currently producing. For how long, I don't know. But we'll keep an eye on it. We need law and order in our brand new town right now. But let's build Max Dixon's brand new city park. It's quite a staple right now for the Seniac series. Build a park, boy. It's how you make the money. So we'll try and centralize this as best as we can, which will be unfortunately there for the main entrance. For the city park right now, the park paintbrush will then kind of try and go around up to there, straight across, back down. Oh, what happened there? Whoa! Whoa, what happened? It just completely deleted it all. Okay. That's not what I wanted. I just wanted to trim the edge. All I wanted was to trim the edge, boys. There we go. Anyway, before I was rudely interrupted, what type of park gate do I go for? A small main gate, a side gate. It's a side gate I want. So definitely want one on the entrance just there, and I can see it's bringing that road here straight down, so we'll have another connection just there. And I think I wouldn't say try and center it, but we'll just go for this just here right now. So, first things first, I'm going to bring it right to the edges of all the zonable area. Because if I want to build residential here that backs onto the park, I can. I pretty much can. So, bringing that in. I'm going to have to anarchy that one to connect. And then it's a case of I can run straight up to create these little shortcut routes. These ones here will be slightly staggered, but that's okay. It creates some unique designs. Now, we've kind of killed off the power, so we do need to add the power back in, but maybe I can add the power in and connect it up via all of the little buildings within the park area. So we have stuff like our little park cafe right now. We have then our park restrooms. We have the park info booth, which I put by the main gate. We have then the big chessboard piece. And then we've got a couple of like little gazebos and whatnot. So these are really handy for spreading the power. These little gazebos. And then we got stuff like then the climbing frame and then the trampoline section as well, which we'll get just there. So very, very basic stuff. In terms of the power right now, it makes it all connected. So back into play mode. Now, I don't know whether those 2 wind turbines is enough to power this whole area. This is why we got to get these other sections now technically all connected. So if I run you down to here, there we go. But at some point, we will have to switch out the power. We will have to switch out the power at some point. But there we go. So a nice little city park next to us then, which we're going to rename right now to the hang on if I can even spell right. The Max Dixon Park. It's as simple as that, boys. There's nothing to it. I can't even spell. Why can't I spell right now? My fingers are pressing all the buttons on the keyboard. The Max Dixon Park. Beautiful. Beautiful. Our founding father. Glorious. Absolutely glorious. So we're now down to only losing nearly 900 big ones a month. We'll up the ticket price here. And we'll now start to place down a couple of residential stuff. I'm going to have to move this wind turbine as well. So move you. I'm going to go over here. Just so I can place down some more residential just there. And it will give them reasons to hopefully start to walk through it. And we'll place another little commercial section just here as well. There we go. So expansions are now starting to take place. And just when you think that we're on the right track to potentially getting rid of our debt, we're going to have to spend some more money in stuff like policing. But I can completely wipe that debt by turning the harbour off. But then we'll have nobody moving in. So we now need to extend our waterworks. There we go. Nice and simple. Nice and Simple. And we're making our moves. Slowly we're making our moves. So we're going to push it up to 1,000 residents already. This is great news. This is really great news. So we've got big plans for this series. Very, very big plans. We want to try and create something beautiful in this isolated area, which is going to look visually quite stunning. We've got these little tiny little islands in the middle right now, which could come up to some use. I can see, you know, ships being a great mode of transportation to get from point A to point B. I'm going to want to build a big looped highway in the middle going around, which makes transporting easier. I can see myself building some type of cut here. So, you know, ships can get through and whatnot, and then maybe doing the same just over there. So we kind of divided the island into two. We've got these great little shipping routes, and just, again, make it as connected as possible. We have to find a nice little sweet little spot for an airport. It's going to be very, very interesting. Now, without turning this off, we could potentially be breaking even very, very soon. But I've now got to start doing stuff like placing down a police station. So a small little police station will get just there. That will then serve the citizens and get rid of all those crims. I could even turn one of these islands into Alcatraz for the prisoners. See, that would be interesting. That would be very interesting. So everyone will get a little bit happier now that we've got no policing, but then we've got a fire breaking out. So then we need a fire station, boys. And then we go back to losing money. So just when we were on the cusp of making money, we go ahead and start to lose it again. But it's okay. More expansions will continue. So I did say I was going to get a cut through there just to have that road connected for the park gate. And I'm going to do the same here as well. So if I just go up by a 10, it's a 15 mark. And I'll bring this one up to there to connect in. See, the organization is slightly going out the window. So that's how we have to kind of look at it. So continuing this going up, so by a 20. There we go. Looking good. And we're going to have to start bending it round at some point as well. But that all depends on how the road's going to go too. Now, we're looking like we could do with not only a bit more commercial, but a little bit more industry as well. So that there is a 10. So run this up by another 10 and cut in. I'll do the same just here. So that there is a 10. So I could bend around with that. That's a 5, so another 5. That should be a full 10, right? It's hard to tell when you can't see the numbers. Yes. So if I go by 20 that way and kind of cut it in, eventually I'll extend that as well. But I can't do too much because, like I said, if we have some type of a highway going through, then, yeah. We need the space, basically. We need the space. So a little bit more zoning right now. A little bit more zoning. So we'll drop a little bit more commercial, which I'll fill in this gap here. So we create a nice little shopping district around here, which is not too bad. We'll place down some residential here and here. How has this gone funky like that? This has not been spaced correctly, has it? Something fishy is afoot. And I'm not sure what the reason is. If I kill that off and then go straight. There we go. Nah, it goes all funky, doesn't it? Not really much I can do about that. I'm not sure why, but hey ho. There we go. So, the residential will zone now just here. I might need to extend my waterworks a bit further as well because of that. Yeah. So now the park is definitely being surrounded by a lot of residents. And we're going to need to extend and expand our industrial area. So we'll go up to there. So we're quite ramping up the production here. We're going to 100% need to sort out some more power. So where could we invest our power right now? Now, technically they're not connected. So even though it says I'm producing 34 megawatts, we're not connected. Now, if we did connect and shared the power, now we've got actually quite enough. But that number of consumption is going to increase quite rapidly the more and more buildings we do get in. So yeah, we've got to be a bit careful. Now, again, to a point where it looks like we're going to be breaking even again, I now got to spend some money on healthcare and death care. So the park right now is just about making profit, and it's going to make even more profit the more and more people start to move in around these areas. We need to think about healthcare and stuff like that. No one's really complaining too much, but it's going to be a top priority very, very soon. So let's think about then doing a few more expansions moving this way. So bringing this right across, so kind of keep it normal to begin with, have the road stagger through. There we go. And I want to save this as a nice little beach style. We can have some nice beachfront properties. That will look really good. But let's also think about going this way as well. So that is going to disappear in that direction. I think what I'll do, I'll bring it to there and cut it straight down. Which is a very similar style to that, just a little bit more chunky. How does it look going through there? Okay, that's not too bad. But I got to think about how I'm going to end this. So I can go by a 10 and then straight down and in. And then this marker point here comes out by 5. And do I be as bold to go all the way around this? So a 15 by 15. So we get these nice little runs as it kind of turns into that. But we still, to somewhat, kind of keep this. But I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that. So what if instead I came to here? So that is a... That's a 10, isn't it? Yeah, that's a 10 there. And that's a 10 there. And then we use the connection tool. And we go... Oh, okay, we don't go over there, but we go... Yo, work some magic for me. And then we get this kind of frailing through road, and that allows us to continue pushing in that one direction. So that could work. And what I'll do is I could stick out like that there, and it becomes almost like a little cul-de-sac in many ways. Okay, not bad, not bad. I will create a couple... I don't know if I still have the cul-de-sacs in this game. No, I don't think I do. I think I unsubscribed from like all of that kind of stuff. But for now, we can just kind of create semi our own. So if I come out by an 8, by an 8, by an 8. Yeah. Move these a bit further out as well. And we got some good stuff going on. We'll connect this road up to there. And we'll kind of end to there with that, with those runs. So, again, we've got the residential demands. So I can start to squeeze more and more of it in. There we go. I'm going to drop a couple down here as well, which I don't think, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if there's any power, not power, sorry, water zoning gridded. No, you are. Water pipes, that's what I couldn't even think what I was trying to say right there. So I think we're now at the limit of power, right? Are we at that limit? Almost. Do I heavily invest in something like solar? Now these cost us 80 a week in upkeep. So I don't know whether to kind of just stick with these for now. Get another 7 just there to kind of help us out on that top end. It's probably the way to go forward at the moment. And finally, we're now making a profit. So the city's coming along, boys. Well, it's more of a little village at the moment, but it's coming along. The park's making money, which is pretty good. And as we are now starting to make money, we're now going to have to lose money as I now place down a little medical clinic. So, little medical clinic. Yeah, we'll definitely do it here. So I'm going to do it here in the corner. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a little road just coming in to about there. And then here we'll place down a crematorium. So I can place down this normal one. 25 big ones. 720. Or this one. How much is that? 25 big ones? Yeah. Or this one here has a much higher patient capacity. It's only an extra... Wow, 160 a week? Obviously, I got to pay out big from the get-go. But an extra 160 a week? See, that's more tempting. And I feel like what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from here again. Can I get it right there instead? Yeah. I'm going to invest the money from early to have a higher patient capacity. And then what I'll do, I'll fill this all with trees. I'll fill it all with trees. So it becomes quite a beautiful area. I'm trying to think what the best way to do this would be. What type of trees should your boy throw down? I'm not too sure on that. I'm not too sure, but let me up the brush size. I've got rid of my tree mod as well. I've just realised this. This is the thing when you get rid of a bunch of mods and then re-scrap your game. You miss some certain stuff. That's sand, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going to reduce it around here. I don't want no sand on this side. There we go. Try my best just there anyway. Just so I can throw some trees in. Now, what style of tree should I go with? I think we should save the palm trees for the beach. What style of trees over here right now? Let me bring this brush size right down. I can't really tell between the trees. No. Is it more like this style? No. Is it you? No. Is it just the standard one? It's the standard one, isn't it? Yeah. Up the brush strength. And I don't think I'm going to be able to squeeze many in just because of the close proximity. So it might be a case of I'm just going to drop a couple in. Like that. And change it up a bit as well. There is like a different style of tree in there. Which... A little bit. Oh, I'd say a couple of these. But you don't really want to see the crematorium from the streets, do you? It's going to ruin people's vibes. Right, that's a good little start. We'll go with that. So, the power malarkey, not up to scratch. I'm going to have to think about investing very heavily in something. Because we are running out of wind. Basically, right? We're running out of wind in these areas. So, that's something that we'll probably do next episode as the expansions do continue. But they've ultimately got, I wouldn't say everything that they want, but a lot of the stuff that they want. One thing they're craving, which they're really going to need, is obviously exportation, which is probably something that we'll set up next episode anyway. I'm polluting heavily on the inside, which I don't really want to do, but I've got to get us to a money-making status before I can go any further. So does the waterworks cover all of this? It does, so I can place down right now. More zoning. There we go, there we go. I gotta fill all this area in too with a bit of zoning. So might as well go the full distance. But yeah. Slowly getting there, I assume. Slowly getting there. How we're going to transform this is going to be magnificent. So we've spent quite a bit of money. We spent like 400,000. We spent over 400,000 right now just to get to this stage, and still we're not even breaking even. But we'll do some transformative upgrades in the next coming episodes, and we'll turn it into the new powerhouse in the middle of the ocean. So we got big plans for this, guys. Very, very big plans. This is a very, very basic start to begin with. But who knows where this could end? Who knows? Your boy Max Dixon, the brand new dude on the scene, the founding father. Forget the people that were there before, because they didn't arrive by boat, guys. They don't exist, okay? They don't exist. But the brand new big cheese on the scene, the big CEO, your boy Max Dixon right now. It's going to be very interesting to see where this is going to continue as we're now approaching 2,000 residents. I'm getting quite excited. Guys, if you enjoyed this, want to see more, then make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new around here, make sure you do subscribe, as our isolated city is slowly going to be coming together. If you did enjoy it, smash the like button down below. Subscribe if you are new so you get notified when more episodes do come out. But until next time, boys, I will see you all soon. So good.